had a tragedy on the homestead last night. Big eye opener for Jen and I for sure. And we certainly have learned a few things after last night. That's a happy dog right there. But you, Tasunka, yeah, you're a happy dog too, man. Although I know it's hot. We're gonna go inside here in a little bit and turn them fans on.
What are you doing, Wicco?
It is Sunday. We don't typically work today, but wow, look at that. Our tent is kind of getting blown down here. But we're going to be tearing down our Harbor Freight solar system now. It served its purpose. Our bigger system is up and running, so let's tear it down and pack it up for when we're going to use it next time. So. I think so. That didn't really work. So, despite not getting any video of us taking apart our Harbor Freight system, we did, and we packed it up. Now we are using one panel to help charge our water pump. So, this is the water pump we use for our showers, and it is also the pump that we're going to be using once we move into the house. We've got this little 12-volt battery here. Got a Harbor Freight panel that is charging it right now. I think we're going to move this so we get some more of that sunlight. So the Harbor Freight system that we have, we're going to eventually use them sporadically throughout the camp. I'm going to put a couple panels on the workshop, and we'll have probably one panel over by the shed, but we'll see what we're going to do. And then, of course, we now have our big solar up, so that's working phenomenally. What you doing, Jen?
Getting some water.
Why?
So we can take showers.
Oh, that's a good thing. We're going to let you do that.
Thank you.
This is Whitco. He's our 1-year-old Australian cattle dog. And unfortunately, last night, about 11 o'clock, Whitco and his brother, Tasunka, they chased off a varmint. Unfortunately, that varmint happened to be a porcupine, and Mr. Whitco here got a face full of quills, about 35 of them. So it turns out that, at least in our opinion now, that quills and porcupines are a hell of a lot worse than skunks, because it was late and we ended up having to drive about 2 hours down to Bangor to a 24-hour vet so that he could be sedated and then have him pulled. He is not himself today by any stretch of the imagination. He's in pretty rough shape. So, like every other night, we come out about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, let the dogs do their business, and every so often they will chase off a varmint. We don't typically know what it is because it's at night. But yeah, last night we knew exactly what it was when Whitco came out of the forest. This is kind of the area where it happened. By the way, this is our son-in-law's shed. Josh built this for us last year. It's kind of a little addition on the back of our shed. And boy, I'll tell you what, this thing has held up beautifully. It's kept all of our cedar wood safe, kept all of our cedar shingles safe and dry from the elements. We are very happy with what he did for us last year, and plan on using this shed for years to come. So Josh, if you're watching, thanks. We do appreciate it. And all your hard work has certainly paid off. So we are now behind the shed, and this is where Whitco had his little accident last night. We're not really sure what happened to the Porcupine, but what we are hoping is that we don't ever have this issue again. Now, a few things we learned. Number one, we're not going to let the dogs out without a leash at night anymore. It's not worth the risk. Taking Whitco to the vet yesterday cost about $400. And we really don't want to have to pay that again. Obviously, living out here, off-grid in the bush, per se, here in Maine, that risk is there. But speaking of Whitco, he seems to be doing okay, getting himself some water. He's still a little lethargic from the anesthesia yesterday or last night. And he is also still a little bit, I think just recovering from what happened last night with the Porcupine. So, Whitco, come here, baby. Say hi to everybody. Yeah, you went through a lot last night, didn't you? Yeah, that mean old Porcupine get you in the face. He sure did. It's all right. That's all right. We're gonna do what we can to get rid of them by, clearing those woods out. So it's been a couple days since Whitco had his little accident, and he is right back at his old self. You wouldn't even know a few days ago that he had a fight with a porcupine and lost. So we're pretty happy about that. We're gonna take a look over here at our beans. When we first arrived here, we had one of our followers suggest that we grow some beans. It was in June, and they suggested we should give it a shot since they grow pretty quick. And Soupsmith, we did. We've got 3 batches of beans. This one's not doing so hot. Still growing, but this one over here, we already have beans. We thought these were going to be pole beans, but now we're beginning to think these are bush beans. So it is the second crop that we're growing on our homestead this year, and we weren't actually going to do it, but we got that suggestion from Soupsmith, and so we did it. So the second crop we've got growing is some sunflowers, and those are doing pretty well. So some time ago, one of our neighbors brought us some sunflowers, and these things are awesome. They're really doing well. So we planted these on the outside of our fence, and as you can see, they are doing well. Now we got one here that's kind of we're scratching our head on. I mean, we've never seen this before, but this one here has 4 flowers growing. I didn't even know they could flower more than once, but apparently they can. So that's kind of cool. And all of these are already starting to sprout their flowers. So this one's kind of neat. So that's kind of cool, you know. We're looking forward to having these things all blooming here soon. Right now they're about 3 feet. This one here is the tallest one. He's about 4 feet tall. And looking strong. We also moved our one of our screen canopies. So we wanted a place that we could sit next to our flags. And so we moved the screen canopy that we did have the Harbor Freight solar system in over here. We get a really nice breeze out here along the fence line, so it really gives us kind of a nice place to just sit back and relax and enjoy, you know, what we're doing here. I mean, we made this journey and we knew this first year was going to be a lot of work. I mean, we really had to build everything from scratch. And, you know, it's easy to forget to just relax every so often. So having things like that, where we can do that at, certainly helps keep the mind fresh, I suppose. Come here, Wiko. What'd you do? Where's your stick? Let's go find your stick.